You're listening to The Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we just heard Converge, Homewrecker, Snapcase, Caboose, and Meshuggah, Straws Pulled at Random. I'm your host, Luco Blaze, with my completely oblivious other host,
What?
Morgan.
I'm not oblivious to anything.
Oh, man. Starting out nice. Anyway, we're here tonight with A Soundtrack to Violence.
Hooty hoo. Hey.
How you guys doing? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, who's missing, and what they do.
Can I introduce you, Brett?
Yeah, you can introduce me.
This is the illustrious Brett Mao. He's the vocalist in this group now and has been for about 2 years now.
Coming up on 2 years.
Transplant from Florida.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, at home where they're way more open-minded to metal. And came to Chicago and found out how different it was.
Yeah, it's not so tight-knit up here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Orlando's a small city. I mean, a lot of people just, everything's within walking distance, riding bikes, and everyone just goes to all the shows every night, so.
You want to introduce me or should I introduce myself?
This is Mark. He is the guitarist, the lead, and the rhythm, and the only guitarist in the band. He, basically, you write just about all the music.
Yep, that's true.
You come up with most of the bass ideas.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I go by many names. Mark Violence. My birth name is Mark Manto.
I've never called you Mark.
But that's what I go by on the internet, sir. And Big Pontius for my gamer tag.
Big Pop?
Big Pontius.
Oh.
Yeah. And I go by, that's my gamer tag. I'm a big time gamer. So I'm proud that I'm not going to hide.
What kind of games can people hit you up to play with you?
Well, if you have an Xbox, this is Big Pontius. I play a lot of Call of Duty, Halo.
Oh, my God.
NBA 2K.
NBA 2K.
Yeah. I play those a lot. That's like 90% of my time is into those games.
When you're not writing, of course.
When I'm not thinking about like how badly I want to play the guitar or playing the guitar.
If only you had more than two hands.
Yeah, right?
So let's talk a little bit of...
Well, wait, who's missing? Who's
yeah, that's
missing?
right.
Oh, okay,
Duh.
well, yeah.
A two-piece?
That would be our drummer.
Well, yeah, our drummer, Nick Dolby, he's been the drummer since when I really considered year one of this band. He's the guy who's been by my side through this entire journey. He's the reason we're in contact with you guys, as a matter of fact. He's working tonight. He's a working man.
He's the reason I even found you guys to begin with.
I
really.
know, he's everything.
Yeah,
He's like the sun, the moon, and the stars.
well, when I moved up here, like I didn't know anybody, and a girl that I grew up with in elementary school in Lake Mary back in Florida, she ended up moving up here at the same time and asked me if I was still interested in the band, and they said that they just started reforming something new, so introduced me to Nick Dolby and tried out for these guys and been pounding it for 2 years.
And in spirit, our bass player, John Bomber, or Jackson Bomber, depending, he goes by the nickname Jackson, used to be the sound guy at Elbow Room, and now he has a much better job he's moving to LA for. So he will no longer be the full-time bass player, but I think he's still going to fly back and play shows with us here and there. So,
Fly back and forth. What a committed man.
well, that's what, at first, That's just like when your long-distance girlfriend talks like that, too, when she first goes to college.
Like, yeah, baby, no, I'll be true to you.
Yeah.
I won't play with any other
Where
band.
she realizes after a couple of tequilas, all the guys feel the same, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Morgan. No.
The tequila part or the flying back and forth?
I don't know. I'm just poking it just for fun.
It's all right. Let's talk a little bit about the history of the band. You guys have been together for a while. Luco and I both heard about you guys way before you guys are here now. So go ahead and start that.
Well, actually,
journey.
can I ask you more? Can you retell the Warped Tour thing real quick?
Absolutely.
I thought that was kind of cool.
2 years ago, because that's how I originally heard of you. I was in a band.
I think it
three?
was three.
Whatever.
Because it's 2013. It was 2010 that you had entered.
I don't remember.
Oh,
well,
wait, no,
anyway,
wait.
I was in a.
Get out your calculator.
So you're ruining this whole story.
Fuck you.
So anyway,
Oh, we're allowed to swear on this?
absolutely.
Oh, no. Censorship, not allowed here.
Oh, farts.
So anyway, 2-3 years ago, give or take, a year or three, I was also in a band, Among the Fallen, and I was like checking out the other competition to play on Warped Tour.
I like your AM radio voice there. That's
Yeah, competition. And I actually found you were one of the bands also on there, and I actually had a couple of songs downloaded because I really liked you guys on my computer. And Morgan actually found that a while ago, and she was like, you have a soundtrack to Violence on your computer? I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good. She goes, they're coming on our show. I'm like, well, all right.
You're like, ah.
Sweet. And then I got all wet in my pants, and now we're here.
And
Soaking.
that's how babies are made.
Yeah, I found that story to be particularly interesting, though. Just because I feel like a lot of our career, if you can call it that, is, you know, I don't know if you ever really have a career in music, you know what I mean? But when it comes down to it, like, there's been a lot of near misses and a lot of circle, you know, people you see go in one direction, you see them on the way back, you know? And that's why I've always tried to say you treat everybody with respect. You be nice to everyone because you never know who they're going to be in like 3 or 4 years. I mean, if we would have been jerks to you guys in response, or if you tried to contact us, that might have come back to haunt us right now.
I'd have been like, fuck those guys.
Yeah, and that can happen, man. Bands do that all the time. And it's, you know, it's one of those things. That's why we try to show respect to everybody, because everybody got to where they are with a little bit of hard work. So
That makes
you know,
total
I
sense.
appreciate
though.
the love of you saying that you like their stuff, though. That was
Yeah.
cool.
I'm pretty stoked, and the fact that you pulled it up just for me to play the couple of tracks that I
Yeah, and you tell me if it's the one that you think. I mean,
I hope I'm pretty sure it was pretty catchy. I remember it. If you said that was the one with the catchy chorus, I'm like, that's gonna be it.
It's got to be it.
so I don't know. Does that cover the history thing, or do you want me to do some more on that? 'Cause I
So when
I
did you
I
guys
could do this all night. So.
when did you guys actually form?
Well, see, that was debatable because
Debatable.
I mean, I don't really consider the goofing off with me and a bunch of my high school buddies, which ended up being this band. I can say this much. You know, I was in the band. We tried some cool stuff. We broke up, 2005. So realistically, around 2006, some of those members reformed the band that would end up being a Soundtrack to Violence. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like it slowly morphed into being a bunch of friends to being, you know, good people, good musicians, friends leaving, new people coming in, and then eventually evolving, and us going, you know what, we're a Soundtrack to Violence, let's start recording and playing shows.
Nice.
So, I mean, I'm thinking like 2008 would be a good way to say it, 2007. But we, you know, we're playing our shows in 2006 and stuff like that, so.
Now, what about the name, A Soundtrack to Violence? It's different. It's unique. I mean, it sounds brutal. How'd
Yeah.
you come up with it?
I was talking to some guy at a show, and he was like making a big deal out of this band that was playing, and talking about how they're gonna get signed and all that, and you know, you have to decide. He was doing this really lame like elevator pitch on why I should sign with this label, and he's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
you have to decide, you know, what you want your music to be. What do you want your music to be? And I was like, okay. And my singer looked at me at the time, not Brett, different singer, and
Not Brett.
We're gonna call that singer not Brett.
I like that.
So
Not
me and
Brett.
Not Brett are at this place, High Tops, which no longer exists, over by like across the street from Wrigley Field. It actually moved somewhere else, but it's still terrible, so don't go to it. This is not a promotion for High Tops. Don't ever go there. But
Honesty is key.
well, this place is garbage, and I'm having a horrible time. And the guy's trying to pitch me to sign with his label, and he says, what do you want your music to be? And so I stared at him, looked at Not Brett, and said, like, okay, I want my music to be a soundtrack to violence. And he's like, what does that mean? And I said, okay, look at it this way. World War III is inevitable, right? Like, you need music to play in the tanks that are going to be decimating the cities. You know, some guys make music for making love to their woman. I'm going to make a soundtrack to violence.
Nice.
That's awesome. Makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. And if you can understand the lyrics, which I've heard that you can't, if you can't, a lot of our lyrics are about the extinction of the human race in one way or another. I mean, when you really think about it, Brett, I mean, it's not about most of our material.
Yeah, it's pretty much just about how we all doom ourselves.
Yeah, which is the irony of doing ourselves has kind of been the theme of this band for forever, you know. Yeah, I think there's nothing more metal than talking about the extinction of the human race. I mean, really, it comes down to it.
Then, in theory, couldn't you use your music be made to like make love to your woman?
Is that the voice
Yeah,
of God?
well-
What was that?
Yeah. That's not the first time people are like, God?
that's
Where's
Dave.
that coming from?
And I was like, the voice in my head. This time everyone reacted though. So it's not in my head. What was the question, man in the other room?
Like, could you like you said some people make it to like you know to like so they have sex to like couldn't you use your music to have sex to?
Violent sex, too, I guess.
I mean, if you
Well,
were really,
no,
really
I've
angry one
known
day,
a lot
just
of people
really.
that listen to really angry music when they have sex, but they're a little unstable.
Yeah, I don't. To answer your question,
And-
maybe two greased up, bitterly closeted homosexual bodybuilders finally getting on to the anal sex they knew they wanted their whole lives. Maybe that.
And we just went there.
Maybe that.
Nothing
The
is
metal
untouchable.
experience.
So just putting it out there now, the phone lines have been open. You can call 773-657-3341. We're going to make it caller number 4 tonight is going to win an awesome prize. So 773-657-3341.
Is the prize cash?
Dave?
Are we disqualified from calling it as guests?
Unfortunately, yes. And Dave, for the last time, this is the third week you've asked me this question. No, it's not cash. I don't give handouts of my money to people.
That's why I came here.
Well, sorry. But yeah, so 773-657-3341. Come one, come all, color number 4. All right, back to Soundtrack to Violence. So let's hear the first song actually that Luco said that he had heard, that he had downloaded. Dave, what is that song called on Reverb Nation?
I think it'd be Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Breaking the Fourth
I know my
Wall.
name is not Dave, but
Yes.
Okay.
he didn't actually know.
I was talking to Dave because he was reading the computer. So Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Let's do it. Dave.
It's got to play. Hold on. We're playing it off reverb.
You take forever.
listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we're back with the Metal Experience. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, and we're here with a soundtrack to violence. We just heard their song "Breaking the Fourth Wall." And before we go right back into our interview, we actually had a phone call. This is caller number 1.
Hold on. I just looked at the phone. They hung up.
We had a phone call. So
Does
that
that
was
count?
caller number 1. That counts. So we've got
You're done, son.
3 more to go before we have a winner for caller number 4.
Is that person going to hang up and call back until they're calling number 4 then?
Well, if they're the same person, that doesn't count. So it's 773-657-3341. Let's get a winner. And we're back with the soundtrack to violence. Hey, guys.
Hello.
So what was Breaking the Fourth Wall about?
All right, that one was kind of interesting. The title comes from a thing that you do in movies and television shows where because you're supposed to on stage pretend that there is no audience and
Right.
that you're living in the real world.
Yeah.
When you address the audience, that's called breaking the fourth wall.
How do I not know this and I'm in acting?
You
Am
dummy.
I stupid or something? I was not taught
That's
that.
pretty
Thanks,
cool.
Dave.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, and so to me that was like that song in a way represented a lot of what this band was doing. It would be like to break down the fourth wall and like really let the audience know how human we really are. But then that song's about celebrities essentially and people putting so much emphasis on the fake stuff about appearance, and like dating the best looking person you can, trying to look as best you can, and
Living in a world where you party all the time, and
Yeah,
there's
and-
no ramifications for anything that you do.
yeah, and then we're supposed to, and then some of us are supposed to pretend that that's great and applaud them, and the whole course of that song is why should I? Like, why am I supposed to adore you for looking good, or, and I don't think we should. I think that the actors and musicians at certain levels need to break the fourth wall.
I totally agree.
Stop with the nonsense makeup and the pretend. If you can't sing that well, don't do the auto-tune. If you can't play guitar that well, don't pretend on stage. Like, just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we'll accept you for who you are. We won't. But the truth is, all the lies are getting kind of old.
Why would you want to pretend to be somebody else anyway and put out that image? Like, I don't understand.
A lot of people do.
People are
Certain
dumb.
people just want different
Yeah.
things out of life, and they're willing to do silly things to achieve those goals.
Vanilla Ice. Anyone?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We actually have another caller, Dave. Am I right?
Yeah, you do. Hold on, put it right
All
through to you.
right. This is the Metal Experience, and who are we speaking to? Hello? Hi.
Hello.
Who is this?
This is a very admired fan,
Oh,
And I
nice.
win.
Huh?
and I win. Don't I win?
Well, it's caller number 4, and you're actually caller number 2.
Oh, come on, Morgan.
Sorry.
It's me, Tom's dad from Orinoco.
Well, hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good, listening to the show and enjoying it. I thought I'd give it a shot for call number 4.
Well, you may just get a CD just on principle.
I mean, we are seeing you next week.
I know.
But it's so nice for you to call. First-time caller, full-time
listener.
listener.
But you guys take care, and the show's sounding really good tonight.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Tell everybody hi.
I will.
That was Tom Capos, the dad of Tom Capos from Orinoco. Awesome. All right, so we're still looking for caller number 4. That means 2 callers away. 773-657-3341. And win big if you call in. Yay!
Win
All
big.
right, so back with the soundtrack to violence. We've been sitting here talking. And you guys actually just recorded a new album, correct?
Yep. Unreleased, but we're working on that.
Nice.
Because, I'm doing the whole crazy artist thing where, like, I think I can always add more to it. And so, like, can we squeeze a couple more songs on? Can we do a little bit more remixing before we release this?
Can I add a willy 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 at this part?
Yeah, I think we need the more wah over that diddly 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 doo. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot of control freaky stuff I can do on accent if I'm not careful. But I'm trying to be true to. I'm going to add 2 songs more at the most and then be done.
What
with
are
it.
you up to now?
It's 6. I mean, but it's 6 hefty length songs. I mean, I come from an understanding and belief that your album should not have more than 10 tracks. I believe that there's just really no reason for it. Put your best stuff on the album. Don't put filler on.
Don't put like your 25, 30 tracks of like 30-second songs.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that if
No
you're that kind of
effects.
band. If you're that kind of band, though, if you're the Minutemen or No Effects, you could do that, or Bad Religion. But we're not those bands. We're Soundtrack to Violence. And the goal of what we do is to put out 100% the best art we can. And, for me, that means 8 songs maybe, not 14. Those other 6, a lot of other people would squeeze on
If you
the
put
albums.
everything out at once, no one's going to remember everything that you put out.
That's true.
You
And
got to give them little something to bite at.
Yeah.
I think we have 9. No, we have not. We have 5 songs on the internet, maybe 6, because like I feel like when I go to see a band on the internet, like type in their name and I get 30 songs, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's a
feel-
little overwhelming.
Yeah, I feel that's the biggest problem with the internet is that it's so much information at once that as a fan you don't know where to start. You get confused and something else distracts you by the time you make a decision.
We actually have caller number 3 on the phone. Sorry to put you on hold so fast. Hello, who is this?
This is Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Greg.
Greg is the call of the night. Greg is our webmaster. He calls every week just to check in. So how are you tonight?
I'm fine. Someone said something about some Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was me.
Who plays that Call of Duty?
I
dude?
should have known Greg
Oh,
was going to
that's-
ask you this.
I'm Mark. They call me the Big Pontius on the internet.
The big pun.
Yeah, if
Dude,
you're
you play the Black Ops Zombies at all?
I play everything.
Dude, man, I
Yeah.
got some news for you.
I used to sit down and play zombies for hours. Hours. My girlfriend used to hate me so much.
Yeah, man, you want to look me up? My gamer tag is Big B-I-G space Pontius Pontious. I will accept the friend request and we will play together, man. Real simple.
Dude, I know how to cheat on zombies.
Tell him that.
You shouldn't admit that on the air, man.
Line, dude.
Greg's like expert tech geek.
You're gonna glitch to
so-
level 99.
A great quote once said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So
Dude, cheating's so fun. Cheating's so fun, honey. You can do you want.
Greg's motto in life is cheat on everything.
man, send me a friend request and we'll run together. I need you to show me then. Be my guide.
Okay. You said it's Big Pontius,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, with a
Okay,
space.
Okay, all right. I'll add you. We'll play sometime this weekend or something.
I'm all about it, man. Send me
It's
messages
a
too.
date online.
Yeah, man. You don't have to say your gamer tag on here if you don't want. We can keep that private.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Greg, you're a
Dude,
gosh
do I
dang
win the $1
weirdo.
million prize?
What?
Do I win the $1 million prize?
No, Greg, you don't win the $1 million prize. I'll just give you the prize later for all your hard work on our website.
I hear you guys are giving away a Lamborghini tonight.
Don't say things like that aren't true. Come on, I don't have Lamborghinis to just give away. If I had a Lamborghini, you don't think I'd be driving it?
I don't know, ma'am. I wish I had a car. I don't have a
Not even a Lamborghini. It's just a car. With like a motorized bike count. I mean,
Yeah.
A motorized bicycle.
one of those?
What?
You got one of those motorized bike things?
No, I don't have a moped.
Oh, no, that's too bad.
Someone said something about a motorized bike.
I thought maybe Morgan was giving away a moped.
Maybe it's time for you to hang up the phone, Greg. People are going to think that I'm giving these things away.
If we had a moped, I'd be fucking riding that shit. We'd be giving that away.
I'm going to go now, and I'll be chatting with people on your site and stuff like that. So,
Thank you, Greg, for keeping up on everything.
all right, guys. See ya.
Peace.
Good night. All right, that means next caller wins. 773-657-3341. Who's it gonna be?
Greg.
No.
That
All right.
guy. I love him.
So we're back talking. We just talked about breaking the fourth hold and all your new CD. And caller number 4 is happening right now behind me. All right. Put him through, Greg. You're not Greg. Dave! This is our winner. He'll collect the information. And so really fast, where did you record the 6 songs for the CD?
Horse John Productions in Berwyn, Illinois.
Berwyn.
Yeah, check them out, man. Talk to Eric Yoder.
All right, and Morgan,
Yes, sir.
it's not a new caller, but they just want to talk to you again.
Oh, they just want to talk to me again. Okay. Hello.
Hello, did I win a moped?
Randy. You did not win a moped. I'm sorry.
I thought I'd give it another shot. What the hell?
Oh, yes, you are caller number 4.
A no moped? Okay.
No
Maybe
moped.
a Harley. How about a Harley?
I don't have a Harley either. I'm sorry.
Okay, Morgan. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Maybe we can get a guy named Harley to give him a pigback ride. Maybe.
Boom. There you
Right,
go.
right.
That's what we
Harley
should
the
be giving
pig.
away.
We should.
Pigback rides.
So I'm supposed to spend money on a pig now.
No, a dude, a man who we call Harley,
Oh.
who gives you a piggyback
A
ride.
man.
Okay.
Hey, by the
I'm
way,
a man, damn it.
Maybe I should stop at that export. On
I
the
think
way
you're looking
here
at pigs the
and
wrong
see
way.
if it-
Pigs are not an expense. I mean, first off, once
I mean,
you're done
they're
having
an
a
expense
friend,
if they shit all over and you gotta replace what they shit on.
yeah, but once you're done having a friend, you have food.
Boom.
Okay, I'm
Pretty
not
good
doing that.
trade-off.
Okay, back to with the soundtrack to violence and everything that makes up this band. So the studio that you recorded in, when did you start recording the CD?
We started in, I guess, September.
And then when are you planning on having it fully done?
Oh
When
my
are you, when
God,
do you plan
caller
on
number
stop
5.
poking at it?
Is this the real winner then?
Yeah, this is a real
Oh, I'm
winner.
excited.
Ooh.
This is a real winner here,
Should
folks.
we wait or should I finish the sentence?
You can finish
Just
the
finish.
sentence. Dave's
Let's
got to
do
collect
it.
information like a...
Well,
Scary
we're
person.
doing it. We're hoping to have it out by completely done by summer, and I'm thinking about possibly an only digital release, and then next year, 2014, being the vinyl press.
Nice.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, but no CD because what's a CD?
Yeah, no one
I
knows
don't even know
anymore.
anymore.
What about other merch? Do you guys have shirts or anything?
We had shirts. We just gave them all away in December, or sold some, gave some away. And we were in the middle of basically ordering them. There was a snafu involving that, so at the moment we have no merch. We're about to have stickers and shirts, all come out with the release of the record.
Nice.
That's the goal for Actually, I'm going to ask you guys a couple T-shirt ideas. I'm going to show you a couple photos and have you make a choice at some point. That could be off the air though, in case.
Hey yo.
We get exclusive sneak previews. What?
Yeah, it's a I want to know what people who listen to metal want to see on T-shirts.
I mean, look at that sick and pale shirt that we got last week.
want to see this.
But yeah, that's the opposite in a way of her shirt.
This is
Which
Kill
is a-
Switch.
This is really good.
This is a joke
audio.
shirt.
This is a really good audio thing to do. Hey,
On
look
the
at this
back
shirt,
it
everyone.
says, on the back it says, "Thank God I'm drunk." But I love Adam D. So
He's drinking a Guinness coming out of a shark's mouth.
I mean, the
That's-
shark's eating him,
Oh,
All right,
well.
we
whatever.
got
Oh,
and that's
going
why
in
it
the
says,
shark's
"Thank
mouth?
God I'm drunk," because he can't feel it because he's getting
Oh
eaten by.
my
Does it
goodness.
make sense now?
I hate it.
Okay, whatever. With the real winner, who is this? Hello.
How are you?
You are the official winner of tonight's giveaway. Who is this?
You gotta be shitting me. This is John.
John.
John who?
John Kimball.
John Kimball.
I can't
I'm
hear.
a cop, you idiot. Stop it.
Have you seen this boy?
I'm having some difficulty hearing you.
No, I'm not. I'm totally joking. This is not John Kimball. This
Oh.
is Frank Shannon from Impale.
Hi, Frank.
What's up, dude?
Nothing. How are you? You just won a CD, by the way. Congratulations.
That's
Loser.
We were just talking about your shirt, and ironically, you're on the phone.
Really.
Yes. So we
That's
will
badass.
give
Well-
you that CD. You gave Dave all your information. I could ship it to you.
Yeah,
or should
for
I just,
sure.
or should I
gotta
just wait
give,
until that show?
I got to give what's his face my real address though, because I gave him a fake address.
Oh, I could just give it to you at that show that we're seeing you at in June,
It's
if that
1,
works.
2, 3, 4 Street.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
I feel like a Facebook stalker, and I might be wrong, but are you having a baby?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations!
Why, thank you. Why, thank you.
Loser. Got him. Sorry, I had to
I
throw
bet
that
you're
in.
excited to be a dad.
I bet
Yeah,
you're excited to have this new friggin' awesome CD.
And the CD.
I'm excited to have a fetus of my own. You know?
Oh man.
Every child's dream.
Just to let you guys know too, it was a test tube baby. I made it myself. You know.
Well, that's
my
good.
goodness.
That's the only way they should be made.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll give you that CD then when we see you June 29th at that Unity show,
Beautiful, beautiful.
and it will be awesome. And thank you for calling.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a band on tonight, right?
We do, a soundtrack to
sure do.
violence. This is Frank from
Soundtrack to
Impale.
Violence.
Yeah, what's up, Frank?
Well-
This is Mark from Essential Divine saying hello.
What's up, brother?
Nothing
Going on,
much, man.
Frank.
Brett's talking too. Say what's up, Brett.
How's it going, Frank?
What up?
How
What
you
up,
doing
unit?
tonight?
You should check
I'm
them out.
doing
They're
good,
looking for
man.
bands to play shows with. You
Yeah,
guys
we-
should play shows with them.
We should. Hey, what's the next show? June something?
June 29th
What's
is our
the-
next show.
What's the venue?
It's in someplace in Downers Grove. I think.
Downers Grove. They probably only have one venue, so just say Downers Grove and you're probably good.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, right?
remember where it's called. It just is it
like-
Gamers Game?
Yeah,
I like
Gamers Stop or
No.
some shit. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
play at a GameStop.
I hope there's adult videos there, though. You know what I mean?
You're just
Yeah,
gonna be
it's-
playing video
Like
games
the
whole
X
time?
or not the exit,
Hold
like
on, okay, go
Livewire
on.
does with midget porn in the middle of sets randomly.
I mean, I don't know about midget porn. I mean,
Oh, it was
maybe-
midget.
It was
porn.
clown porn, and it was
clown
wonderful.
porn, and it was weird.
Somebody was at a GameStop, a bunch of 8-year-old kids playing 3DSs while you try to play music. It would have been wrong.
Yeah.
I like. I
Oh
like
wait,
fat
isn't it
chicks
like
on
the Game
unicycles.
Emporium or something?
I really don't know, man. I'm a terrible.
That's-
We'll just know
That's
that it's
great.
Downers Grove, June 29th. You can see him.
We're
Pale.
playing somewhere else.
We'll be
like
there.
some town.
It'll be awesome.
Go on the internet. It's
Look,
there.
all I do is play guitar.
I'll leave a
all
trail
right?
of clues so you can find us. It's an adventure for
It's an
everybody.
adventure.
All I do is play guitar and make babies. So, you know what I mean?
That's the life, man.
Perfect. Well,
See,
thank
it's
you for
pretty
calling
easy.
in. You're a winner.
Oh, what up? That's crazy as hell. I call in to like prank call you guys and I win something. That's funny.
You asshole.
No, I'm gonna check out you guys on Facebook right now, man. Make sure you guys are kick ass.
Yeah, it's gonna lead you to our SoundCloud website if you scroll down and check out Salt the Earth. See what you think of it.
We should play that song right now.
Well, we've got other music coming up if you want to keep listening to a Soundtrack to Violence because they have a new CD coming out and we have their new music going to be played
Yeah.
tonight.
What is Facebook anyway? Just
Fuck
listen to
yeah.
this. Continue to listen to the podcast. or what have you.
There
No,
you go.
dude, just play this shit right now. Just beatbox it like with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on, Mark, beatbox it.
Wow, that sounds pretty extreme.
I'm sold. Where can I get this?
That's what it's gonna sound like. It's gonna blow your mind.
I feel like I'm on cocaine right now. It's crazy.
I think now would be a good time to just have you hear a song, Frank.
Yeah, right.
Well, now
All right.
I want to. Well, thank you for calling in, Frank, and we'll see you soon, lover.
Congratulations.
Beautiful. All right, guys.
Take it easy. Well, now I kind of want to hear that.
Yeah. What song is that?
Salt the Earth.
Salt the
Salt
Earth,
the Earth,
Dave.
let's
do
do
it.
it.
And then we'll do your segment.
And then we'll do you.
Do you. Dave. Not cool.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
All right, and it's the Metal Experience, and I'm Morgan Danielle with my crazy, can't understand co-host Luca Blaze. We're sitting here with the soundtrack. Soundtrack to Violence. Duh. And we just saw, what was it, Salt of the Earth?
Salty Earth.
Salt the Earth.
It's an old
Nice.
thing where, you know, when you would conquer a land, you would then literally put salt in the earth to ruin it so that future inhabitants couldn't grow crops there.
Nice.
Boom.
But this is basically about you doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
What?
Like in your backyard? I hate this tree, Salt.
Metaphorically, like destroying your own progress.
Yeah.
I thought it was about crappy bands destroying, like, the reputation of venues.
You could do that too, but no, there'd be
Salt this venue.
There you
they
go.
could be done with. We've seen that plenty of times.
Yeah,
That's for
that
sure.
makes sense.
But yeah, but for the record, salting the earth doesn't work scientifically. It was tradition, but it never actually stopped anybody from growing anything.
That really sounded really awesome. I wish you didn't tell me that. I was like, I'm going to go throw salt on shit.
I'm just looking out for future conquerors. I don't want them to make the mistakes of their idols.
But we brought all this salt. I guess it doesn't do anything.
All right, we're a little late, but Dave, it's your turn.
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house?
Absolutely.
Let's hear it from the soundboard.
Cookies?
Yep, cookies. All right, so first off, we have Ozzy saying he's been on booze and drugs for a long time now, but he's not splitting up with Sharon, actually.
Well,
It was rumored that he was
Rock
that they
and
were
roll.
they were going to split up first, for him being back on everything, but they're not splitting up. So I guess good for him.
Okay.
Does no one care?
Good for him for what, getting back on the drugs and
getting
booze?
back
Like,
on the wagon.
I mean, he's 70. Shouldn't he have just...
I thought he was like 65.
Well, that's pretty
So
much 70.
he's like 70.
65 is the new 70.
I mean, he looks older.
Exactly.
Ew.
Well, I want Ozzy to stay alive forever, so I wish he would just stop with the drugs. It's stupid.
Why?
How do they even affect him anymore? I mean, shouldn't he be immune to
The
everything?
only
out
drug
there
he should be on
right
is
now?
Viagra. You know what I mean? That's about
Oh,
it.
Boom.
jeez.
Walking around with a major hard on.
He's
no
64.
one will fuck with that.
Ew.
Look at it. Touch
You walk down the street proud.
Touch my booty!
What else you got for us, Dave?
I can't pronounce. How do you pronounce his name again? Chai Chang?
Yeah,
Chi?
Ching?
Chi?
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 Chi Chang?
Chi Chang.
Chi?
Stupid dummy.
I can't
Come on.
How am I supposed to know how to pronounce that name?
I don't know.
Anyway, he was the bassist for the band The Deftones, and sadly he did pass away after being in a coma for how long was it again? 3 years.
Oh,
I thought he
God, it was
came
like
out of
4
the-
years. I
He
thought it was
did,
like
but
4
he died
years.
of heart failure. His heart just ran.
Either way, it was a resulting
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
crash.
That's
That's
terrible.
crazy.
And there is going to be a kind of like candlelight visual over in Sacramento.
It's weird because when I saw the Deftones live, the only time I ever saw them, the
Wow.
first two things I felt about them was, number one, man, Chino can't sing live.
No.
And number two is, man, I can hear nothing but the bass. I mean, he was a good bass player, though, so I didn't care. He really was. He was
You
actually
got to
really cool.
see him live?
I got to, yeah. It was
That's awesome.
on Warped Tour, no less.
Oh,
How
jeez.
long ago was that?
It was
Gosh.
a long time ago.
98?
Oh, God.
Back in 98.
No, it was 2000.
Back in
So,
2000.
sorry. It was a really good,
98
it was a really
the
good
new
opportunity
2000.
though. The Deftones is one of those underrated bands.
Oh, I loved that band growing up.
Yeah.
White Pony was their
You know,
easiest, their
funny
best
story
album.
about that CD is I bought it right when it came out, and then MTV was like, "Oh, hey, Mini Maggot," and it was like amazing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
It's not
it's
on
on the
that
White
one."
Pony," and I'm looking, I'm like, "Where the fuck doesn't my CD have this?" They re-released it with the fucking song on there. I had to go back out and I had to buy the fucking CD again.
Yeah, the record label told them they didn't have a single on that album, so they had to go back and re-record that, which is ridiculous because to me, like, Changing House of the Flies is probably the coolest single to come out of the 90s, other than Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That really pissed me off, though. Like, those motherfuckers.
It's like a 99-2000 album that really helped bridge the 90s to the 2000s, I think. No album does it better than White Pony to me.
Boom.
Dave?
All right, yeah. So the Offspring are already working on a new album, and
Yes.
Dexter Holland, lead singer, is talking about changing labels.
Really? What are they on right now?
I forget what they were on.
Oh, wait,
recently.
his previous label? I labeled him a sellout. Does that count?
Zingo! Got him!
They're really good live.
But I think
so-
they just that contract was up with that old label, and he said, "We are free agents now. We have to re-examine if it makes sense to go to a bigger label."
And they were in Elektra briefly. I know that much. At least for Smash, their first major league album or major label album with the one with you got to keep them separated and other things.
But there was,
self-esteem.
There's a petition going around from the Offspring fans that are asking Fat Mike to sign him to Fat Records.
That makes sense.
That'd be interesting.
That would be. Dave, what else you got for us?
Jello Biafra might reunite with the Dead Kennedys.
Wow.
It's speculation, but it's they're hoping to reunite, or at least fans are. What? They haven't got along with each other since they disbanded right after.
I love when you use big words, Dave.
I know. It makes me sexy.
What was the big word, Jello?
It makes me sexy. That's his
Speculation.
Speculation.
That was Dave's big word of the day.
When he said Jello, I stopped listening because I was like, oh, I'm so hungry for Jello.
Jello.
That'd be awesome to have some Jello right now. Yum.
Why aren't we just eating Jello?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Shit,
That'd
Dave,
be
go get
entertaining.
us Jello.
Then run to the dollar
You
store.
guys have to have some
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
gopher and go get us
trust
some stuff.
dollar store Jello. No, thank you.
What else you got for us?
So much for the same kind of horses. Pennywise is also to release a box set and work on a new album.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I love Pennywise.
Anything else, Dave?
There's a possible reunion of the band The Circle Jerks.
What?
Yeah. No one knows who they are.
No, I do. I saw
Okay.
he was original singer of Black Flag.
Right.
Then he was in Circle Jerks, and then I saw his most recent band. He opened up for Refuse over the summer.
Oh,
Remember
is
that,
that
Brett?
them?
Yeah.
What was the name of that band?
I can't remember the name of the band he was in over the summer, but they were not very good.
No.
I know he had another
It
band.
was not enjoyable at all.
I know the guy so well.
I did not have fun during that at all.
Yeah, Keith Morris.
Keith Morris, yeah.
Yeah. I talked to him though for 20 minutes after the show.
Nice.
He's a super awesome dude.
But his music sucks.
Well, yeah,
Outside
but I mean, I'm a
circles.
Black Flag guy though to the
Right.
bone, so I gotta show respect to the original.
Well, it was either Bug Lamp or Midget Handjob or Off.
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 It was off.
It was off. Yep.
Midget hand job. I like it.
Ew.
That was originally our band name though. No, I was kidding.
Soundtrack to Violence becomes midget handjob.
Yeah, we would have been lost in a sea of Google searches, though.
Or would you stick out because you're the only one that includes
You
music?
know how
in the
many
video?
midget ham job videos are out there?
Tell me, how many?
7,122.
One's billions. What else you got, Dave?
Guar announces the date and lineup for their Guar BQ.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
The vendors that sell foam underwear get excited.
Oh, man.
It's going to happen at Haddad's Lake in Richmond, Virginia, August 17th, with Corrosion of Conformity, Municipal Waste, Cannabis Corpse, Pig Destroyer, and Loincloth.
Loincloth is
we
a
are
band.
Loincloth.
That's actually a cool lineup though. I've never heard of Loincloth, but to that point.
That's an interesting lineup.
Yeah, it is.
There's going to be Impaled Ale and of course barbecue sauce. I'm assuming being given away.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they came up with their own brand of barbecue sauce.
Put it on your meat. I hope it's terrible.
Yeah, but you're
Why?
probably going to ask me
And
to
you
buy it for you at
still
one
eat it
point.
because you're like, this is terrible, but I'm going to eat it all.
Made by Guar.
And they have their own beer, Impaled Ale.
Do you think back in 1985 when they were naming the band Guar, like one of these days we're gonna make some barbecue sauce?
Market this shit.
We just picked the perfect name for this band.
Barbecue sauce.
The poster looks pretty awesome. Here's a quote from Odorous saying, "We will not only be rocking like Dokken and slipping in the cock in, but we will be shoving a wealth of Guar products down your throat. Not only our new barbecue sauce, but our very own beer, Impaled Ale. Eat, drink yourself into a diabetic stupor, then puke it all up and slam in the pit. It's gonna fucking roll."
So he just said that they're gonna rock like the band Dokken.
Yeah.
That record, if you know who they are, they do not rock.
Yeah. Ew.
Maybe it's a giant joke on themselves.
It's got to be a
I
joke.
do thoroughly enjoy some Dokken.
Do you?
I don't.
The Dream Warriors. Come on, man. The song was
John
classic.
Dokken is a great guitar player, but that is some cheesy stuff.
Yeah.
But as mentioned in the other one, Corrosion Conformity is coming back to reunite. Also with Pepper Keenan.
Keenan.
Keenan. See, it's hard to pronounce names that I don't already know.
Thank
Big,
you.
stupid dummy.
Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, COC is the first band I ever saw live, by the way.
Really?
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh, what about you? What was your first concert, Brett?
First band I ever saw live?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Think about it. We'll come back to you. Just think
guys
about
can't put
Let's
me
go
on the
around the
spot
room.
like
it was just some.
I just wanted to
some
hear you
local
talk, so
skull
you're
show.
allowed-
That's
you're
all
good.
it was.
I guess she means major band, like big
Yeah,
venue.
who was the
First big
like,
band.
what was the first main concert you went to?
Jesus Christ, I have no clue. I guess I went to see Darkest Hour and Between the Buried and Me. That was the first real show that I bought a ticket for and went to go see an actual metal show. Because prior to that, like, the only shows I went to were just like, like ska shows. I was
Boy
13,
bands.
14-year-old, just skanking around the pits and being stupid.
Have to be Backstreet Boys for me.
Don't feel bad. My first big concert was Mustard Plug.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen Mustard Plug.
That's pretty cool.
All right, one last thing. Killswitch Engage announces U.S. tour dates.
We have tickets. They will be at Mojo's July 8th, and I got tickets at 1:30 in the morning. The first day they went on sale, it was awesome.
With
Jesse,
Azalea
right?
dying and Miss May.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
They got their old singer back.
And
don't
Jesse's
they?
back.
Jesse is back.
Yeah.
The new album
It's
is
terrible.
amazing.
I hear mixed reviews.
I love it.
Morgan loves it. I
It's
think
the heaviest
it sucks.
stuff Jesse's ever done, and his vocals sound amazing, and Adam's backups
There's no
are amazing.
single on
There's
it. Nothing's catchy. Every single song
In Due
sounds the
Time
same.
is the single, and it's
Boom.
awesome. And
I
Justin's
said it.
drumming is more solid.
Killswitch Engage is not as good as everyone thinks they are.
Fuck you,
Throw it
guy.
on the mic. You can't see
I'm
it.
out.
You can't see it, but he threw the mic down. No, I don't know. I mean, I love Jesse. I listened to them when Jesse was the singer. Howard came over, and Howard was a more talented vocalist, but all the songs kind of slowly became about love, and that was a bummer.
It
And
bounced
Jesse
out of
coming
that.
back was perfect timing because I think they were fresh out of ideas.
Yeah.
Right around the time Howard had the diabetes, unfortunately, took him out.
Howard's
of line.
actually in a new band touring.
What did he say?
Howard's in a new band touring. Don't ask me the name, but he just was not writing for Killswitch anymore. He claimed it was the diabetes, but honestly, I think he just lost the connection with the guys and them recording that album when he was in Texas and the other guys were in Massachusetts and they were swapping recordings. I think it just wasn't the same.
The whole life story of the band.
Well, I'm
right
sorry
here.
that it's a band that I follow religiously.
And I like the band, so deal with it, buddy.
Yeah.
I
so
like
fuck
their
you.
older stuff. I just don't think they're as good as everyone credits them.
I think you just need
Like
to-
Killswitch Engage is the greatest band I've ever heard in my
There's
life.
a lot
I
of
love them
music
so much.
acts
I'm like,
out there
whoa.
that you think that way about, but
It's
they
like
make
1
money
million
for a
Spence
reason.
Betters spends them.
They make money for a reason. I mean, the thing is that even if they don't make money for, I mean,
But like they're still relevant for
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
are.
whether or not I like it or not. Like I used to listen to him back when Jesse was still the singer, and when they changed over, I kind of just dipped right out of there because I didn't like it at all. Like you said, it got too mushy.
Dipping.
But kids want what they want, and they'll get what they get.
I'm excited that Jesse's back in the group. I think he's the better writer.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
so I think he writes about a lot more complicated issues. And Killswitch might go back to being an interesting band in the way that you like them, actually, if he sticks around for an album or two, though. You never know. Bands do come back.
Well, I mean, look at his writing when he was in Times of Grace with Adam. That album was awesome.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot more to say than Howard
I think
does,
so too.
You know.
He writes more with I don't know. There's more deeper meanings to his stuff where he just writes more. I'm trying to think metaphors.
Yeah, I mean, Howard's definitely, it was a lot of love and heart.
Yeah.
The word heart's like in half the stuff he writes.
Oh yeah.
So, and not in the way I prefer the word heart to be in the song. Just like,
Fucking bloody hard
He's
on the
just
floor.
a big black teddy bear that just wanted to be loved.
And he
we've
managed
got
to bury
caller
your
number
dad.
6 on the phone. Dave, why don't you just put them through and I'll answer it. Damn it.
Way to go, Dave.
This is the Metal Experience. Who's this?
Who is bad-mouthing Killswitch Engage?
Greg,
What?
standing up for me.
Listen, I like them, but they're not as good as everyone claims they are. That's all I'm saying. And their new CD is garbage. That's all I'm saying. I like their old stuff with Jesse. Their new stuff, it was garbage. I listened to it. I'm like, wow, every single song sounded the same. Nothing caught my attention, and I fucking hate it. Boom, and now I'm going to see them. Great. Great, I'm so excited. I'm going to fucking just drink.
I hate
Hold
him so
on.
I'm
much.
gonna
I'm gonna
watch
buy a
Jesse
T-shirt.
Greg's
Greg's trying to talk. You're not letting the man speak. He called.
Oh my God, you are nuts. You know why? they're
I'm
not
sorry,
as-
son. I just
Luco,
fucked you up with
you've
some
had your
truth.
moment. Let Greg speak. Jesus.
What do you got, Dave? Dave.
Greg.
Greg.
What?
Tom?
I said they're not as good because of Howard Jones. I hate that guy so much, dude.
You just hate him because you're racist. Hang up on this fool.
Like, what is that, dude? I want to see a metal show, you know? Like, oh my goodness.
I like black people in metal bands. It's
think
very
they're
different.
awesome.
It's
It
very
is.
different because you're like, holy fuck, there's a black dude in the band. I'm going to go say hi to him after the show and be like, hey, you're black. You're in a metal band. This is awesome.
Way to
How is
overcome.
it hanging out with a bunch of white people all the time? I bet it's really weird. We smell kind of funny. See you later. Your skin's a little ashy. Peace.
It's so much better than Howard Jones. It is so great to see Jesse back, dude. When I went to see him at, where was that Alive or Just Breathing show at?
Bottom
Just
Lounge.
recently? Bottom Lounge. Everyone was like, Jesse, Jesse. Oh, man, it was so great. Everyone's so happy that Jesse's back. You're like the only one who likes Howard Jones. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Whoa.
He's the David Lee Roth at Killswitch Engagement. That's all we really want to see is him playing with this band. That's it. I know I just dated myself. There's a band called Van Halen, and they've had a lot of singers, but David Lee Roth.
That's Luco's favorite band. David Lee
Diamond
Roth,
Dave was the first and the
Cone
only real
Sammy
singer.
Hagar.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Yeah, so Howard Jones is Sammy Hagar, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Listen, I fucking love Sammy Hagar. I'm
I
crazy.
went to see Killswitch Engage, I think, with Lamb of God. It was at the Congress. I don't remember.
Yep, with
who was all there.
Soilwork, and
I think-
Devil Driver.
I think that was the
2007.
one. I think.
So
No, it was. I was there.
Before Randy Blythe killed someone.
That was the most lamest thing. I loved that band so much at that time still, but I go to the back because of Howard Jones, because I just didn't want to hear him sing. I wanted to hear them play their instruments. They're so good. And Howard Jones goes, all right, Lamb of God's got the wall of death, we got the wall of love. Everyone spread apart.
It was the wall of life.
The wall of life, love, whatever. He's like, everyone run towards each other.
It was awesome. I thought it was funny. I laughed so hard.
Everyone run at each other, whip your dicks out, and slap each other with them.
Oh,
That's what I would have
man.
said if I was in control
I
of a
would
crowd
like
like that.
I hate
All right, Greg.
It's so angry.
We should end this before you.
I think we should
you
have
go
a.
in-
No, I think we should extend the debate. I think this is it. We have pros and
I
cons.
feel like you might go into shock if you keep yelling about this. And I need you alive.
Yes,
I need you alive too. Don't hate. Masturbate.
We'll just always have this argument, but it's okay. Killswitch love.
You know, angrily masturbate about this.
I'm gonna go anger bait in the corner with back in 5.
Anger bait is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Did
Oh
you
my
make that up? Or is
God.
that
You've
old?
never heard
No,
that?
they
No.
made it up.
Oh,
It's weird.
man.
They made it up. That's genius. Have you copyrighted this yet? LibraryofCongress.org.
My cock! I hate you.
Greg, now's a good time to leave. It's getting
It's like you see a girl that's so hot, you get mad. You just go home and anger bait.
punch your dick.
Fucking shit out of your
yourself.
I can't
bars.
believe we're talking about all of this stuff, and what Dave has to say last is going to be so weird of a transition.
Wait, Dave still has something to say?
Dave, maybe let's just save it to the end.
I
You
really
know what
don't-
I'm talking about. I'll tell you. We'll just,
Okay.
I think we're ready to just hear another Soundtrack to Violence song.
Yeah, let's get back on you. That's who I want to hear. Come on.
I'm confused. Like, what's this big thing he's gonna drop on us? Is it
No,
serious?
no, it's a more serious topic, but I think
my.
we need to.
See, I don't know if we
from-
could go from anger bait to
yeah,
so
Soundtrack to
anyway.
Violence. Let's just anger bait.
Are we picking a
Soundtrack to
song or are we
Violence.
just?
What do you want to hear?
let's pick a
song.
twofer.
Let's pick two
Woo,
songs.
it's getting sweaty in here.
Bye, Greg. Sorry about that. It got really loud and obnoxious.
I'll see you in the pit.
Yeah.
Wait, that should be your new EP.
It's be a new band name.
Yeah, anger bait. No one's ever heard of that? Anger bait? Just going to town on your cacking bars?
No, this is
Come
amazing,
on, guys.
I'm gonna try it tonight for the first
Oh,
time.
fuck God.
You say that with like a
Remember, it's
childlike
still a-
enthusiasm.
Can't
wait to try
that tonight.
Remember, it's still attached to you.
Can this become like a phone-in sex line for people who anger bait? And how does that make you feel?
Hey, wait, hold on. We already called like some shops like
Oh
asking
my
about like
God.
those rooms. Remember a while ago?
Yeah.
I don't know if we touched on angerbation.
I don't think so.
But,
Maybe
we
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 tell you
should-
we're gonna
Should we try and call
masturbate in
them?
these rooms.
No, Dave, we're not going to call some weird porn store.
why don't-
and
why
ask
don't we
him if we can? Do you want to call a porn shop and ask them if you can anger bait in their store?
I want to know if it's against the rules to anger bait.
Listen.
That's what I know.
Or if you have angerbation DVDs.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a new niche.
I don't want to watch anyone anger bait. That would be very odd.
I think it'd be funny to watch your facial expression.
Yeah, I think I think of anger bait. I think of like old men, like a guy looks like Christopher Lloyd just masturbating on a bench.
I picture black metal face paint and just Satan. And
Guys
just-
jacking off in the forest.
Yeah.
Holding an upside down cross in one
Yeah.
hand.
With a bunch of woodland
His dick
creatures
in the
around
other.
them.
Oh my goodness. So what would you like to unleash on the world?
We're
Let's
talking
do
about
it. Let's
songs
do a
about
twofer.
Soundtrack to Violence
Yeah.
that are not about anger baiting. That's tough because that's like all of our material.
That's
my
half
God.
a catalog gone. Gone.
All
Out
right,
the window.
we got like one song left.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just go with one about guns.
So what do you got for us? Let's hear a twofer.
If you really that too, there's 2 different songs with guns in the title.
All
Boom,
right,
let's
There's
do
a
it.
kind word and a gun, and guns, germs, and steel. I kind of would like to, actually, I said that in the wrong order. Can we do guns, germs, and steel first, and then a kind word and a gun?
Yes.
It's like a good 10 minutes of rocking your face off.
Boom. We
It'll
need
have
it.
us recover from our ingurbation.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
That's right. We're the Metal Experience. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze and the guys from A Soundtrack to Violence. And we are back from Anger Baiting, and we just heard 2 more songs off the new CD that they are putting out. So what is those 2 songs called again?
In order was
Guns,
Germs, and Steel. And the other one was A Kind Word and a Gun.
A Kind Word and a Gun.
So the guns.
And as usual, all of our song titles have meanings. Okay, so Guns,
didn't
Germs,
even
and
have to
Steel
ask.
is a book. It's a book.
I think I remember hearing about that one.
It's
yeah.
also a documentary you can see on like National Geographic, or if you have Netflix, you can check it out.
think
It's
I did
about
see
how in certain nations had certain advantages in the beginning of man's development by having access to either guns or steel or their exposure to germs.
I did see this a long time ago, I think for a class.
Yeah, they usually make people in college read or watch the documentary. And A Kind Word and a Gun is a reference to Al Capone, a little shout out to our original gangster in Chicago. Where he said you get more out of someone with a kind word and a gun than you do with just a kind word. Boom.
Nice.
So that's
And
pretty
just so you know,
badass.
you can own your copy of Gangster Squad April 23rd.
Dropping that one.
I mean,
Everything's
if we're
connecting.
thinking
I love it.
gangsters, why not? Why not?
Everything connects, man.
So where can people find you on the internet, again, just for people that have been listening that want to check out your stuff or like you and find out about all your shows?
Well, we have a Facebook, as most bands do, A Soundtrack to Violence. You go to ReverbNation.com /ASTV to find one song, or A Soundtrack to Violence if you want to find the older library.
We're gonna fix that.
We're going to either fix that or keep them divided and explain clearly that old libraries on this one. And because we go by both ASTV and A Soundtrack to Violence, so it causes a little bit of a snafu on the internet at times because we have to scoop up both domains, and so it's a little bit, it was problematic that we decided to go by both. But it's worth it in the end because I feel like it's flexibility. A Soundtrack to Violence is such a great name, but you really can't fit that on stuff.
Right.
ASTV fits on stuff really well,
I saw on your Facebook page or something originally, what's funny is you had a business, you had old shirts made with a Soundtrack to Violence, and you must have gotten them done on Vista print or something because whatever logo you had used is actually the business card I'm using right now.
it definitely was on Vista print.
That's funny.
Yeah. I looked at that, I'm like, wait, that looks oddly familiar. Oh, wait, I'm carrying around this with me everywhere.
I think that was kind of fun. I picked these templates and stuff like that from different found image website things a lot because I like the idea of people seeing it and going, I think I've seen that somewhere before. Mm-hmm. I'm not a visual artist, There's some guys out there. I was in a band called Iclatus for a while. I'll give a shout out to them. Tom Denny, who you can check him out on Facebook under Thomas Ambrose. He's a very talented artist. You can type in tomdenny.com, I believe, and you can see what his stuff is. And bands, if you're like me and you're not a visual artist, this guy's got stuff to spare. He sells images. He comes up with really cool metal stuff. And we recently bought an image off of him that we're going to use for probably our album cover. It's actually really awesome. He's a brilliant dude, and his talent is immense. And
what is it called again?
Tom Denny, or he goes by Thomas Ambrose on Facebook.
TomDenny.com.
Yeah, TomDenny.com. Type in Tom Denny T-shirts or something like that onto a
Nice.
Google or Bing search. I prefer Bing. That's just me.
Had to put that out there.
Yeah, not really a Google guy.
I like Mark. He just voices his opinion about everything. Don't have to ask him. He just talks.
You gotta pick sides, man. And if you don't, I'll pick one for you. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to it, though, it's cool stuff to check out, and we're really excited about working with him in the future. I was lucky to meet Tom Denny because he's a very talented man, and any band that communicates with him really will be happy with this material. You can check it out; it's great stuff.
And Brett, I was going to ask you what it was like in Florida and what was your influences there and how it changed when you moved to Chicago.
My influences didn't really change, from what I listened to or anything like that, or where I draw from. But in Orlando, it's really, it's kind of more of a heavy punk hardcore, that kind of mixture that's becoming. There's no punk and there's no hardcore band, but they all call themselves whatever they call themselves. It's usually 3 or 4 people and very thrashy and just what we would call them, the crusties, the crusty kids, the ones that never showered.
Ugh.
Yeah, the really, really smelly ones.
So people into was it Code 13?
Sure. Why not?
Absolutely, Dave.
If you say so, Dave.
Let's rip on Code 13. Take that, Code 13.
Take That's
Have you heard Abiotic?
I have not.
They're actually from Florida. They are fucking brutal. They just started making a name for themselves within the past year and a half. They came through. They just signed to Metal Blade not too long ago, but they're from Florida. They are fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of good local music coming out of Florida. They're starting to get really heavy into the doom scene out there. Nice and slow and heavy.
Yeah,
For the kids that like the heavy music but don't want to move around.
Any bands that you can
So
name
fat
that you
kids?
were
Yes.
fans of?
Any local bands that I was fans of? There was a band called Weeks that I thought was really amazing that we played with a few times. They very, very brief. They released a cassette tape, actually.
Nice.
Right, because nobody does that anymore. But they were just really awesome, just metal melodic band, and they didn't last very long because of just internal workings between everybody. So those things happen.
Listen, we're putting this out on cassette tape. Like, what are you talking about? That
What's a
died
cassette
tape?
20 years ago.
Well, my drummer, he was part owner in a record label that runs out of New York. Actually, I think it's called Goat Eater Records, and they specialize in just like all the like vintage way of doing things. They have vinyls and some CDs, but really just low key bands with artistic influences and a lot of like cassette tapes and just really weird media formats of putting that stuff out there.
Yeah, we're talking about working with them. Are we going to do that with them when the
I
album
was
gets
going
out?
to say,
yeah, if we have
vinyl soundtrack to violence, maybe only 25 copies made.
if we have a product, we can take it to them and see what
That'd be
happens. They sell a
awesome.
lot of their stuff overseas, actually. A lot of people that are just into like the strangest music possible are the ones that
Welcome
buy
to
that kind of
Europe.
stuff.
Nice.
We're pretty big overseas.
Well, we wanted to play a couple more songs before we go into Luco's segment. So what's another 2 songs that you can give us off the new CD coming up?
Malthusian.
Yeah, and order number 270.
Yeah.
Can
Those
I
are a
have
couple
order number 270, please step up?
It's got an acoustic intro. I feel like
270?
I feel like in the beginning of that song, I feel like Jerry Cantrell. Like I really wanted to set up a really dark, hopeless acoustic thing. I want someone to think maybe there's gonna be like an Alice in Chains type thing, and then it just goes, metals on you.
I love this song. This song's so heavy.
So order 270. Dave, can I get that?
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we're back with the Metal Experience. We just heard another couple tracks from A Soundtrack to Violence. What were those two called again?
The first one was Order Number 270, and the second one was Methusian Plus Size Growth Model.
And tell us about those. Those were very interesting during the break you were telling me.
All right, Methusian Plus Size Growth Model is a play on the Methusian Growth Model. Is the belief that anything that can exponentially grow upon itself will lead to essentially its own termination, meaning the human race will die most likely from breeding itself into the point where there's no food left.
Ew.
Yeah, there's like a whole
That's brutal.
dissertation on the internet. Yeah, and Order 270 is an order Joseph Stalin gave out when the Nazis were just outside of Stalingrad, which we call Moscow now.
Right.
And the Nazis were kicking everyone's butt. And at this point, the Soviets were afraid to lose the capital, and then Stalin enacted Order Number 270, which is any soldier that does not fight to the death will be shot by a superior officer, and their family will be cut off of all state welfare for the end of time.
Woo! That's brutal.
So that song's like about like a death march, you know.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it. I'm getting a history lesson tonight.
You guys are very well educated.
Ah. And we're smart
And
guys,
do
eh,
you,
Brett?
do you write the lyrics, Brett?
Yeah, but it's all based off. Mark usually gives me some bass idea.
Of what
when
he was thinking when he...
Well, sometimes when he writes like actual riffs and stuff like that, he already has something that goes behind it. And, he gave me, the basic information of what the song would be about, and I'll take it back and I'll research it and just expand upon it.
Like with Methusian, like I said, hey, man, check out the Methusian growth model, man. I want you to write a song about that.
Yeah, and then I pulled up like some 100-odd page Malthusian principles of death by breeding, whatever the hell that was.
Which is a great band name in itself, by the way, Death by
Were
Breeding.
you a vocalist for the other bands that you were in before?
Yeah, I've only been.
So were you used to writing lyrics like that, or?
No, this is a whole different kind of structure that I've come into with
Whole
this
new
band.
ballpark.
The last band I was in, it was just a three-piece guitar, drums, and me. And it was more of, you get together, you have a little fun, and you jam out some songs, and eventually something comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But coming into here, it's more of Mark has an unrefined idea, and then he just takes that idea and, we keep building on it and refining it and shaping it until it becomes something that we really, really like. So it's definitely a different way of working with musicians. It's a little more tight, I suppose, as opposed to just getting together, fucking around, and hoping something comes out of it.
It's high concept, low bullshit is what it is.
I love it. Well, thanks. That's all I got.
All right, well, we'll be listening to more Soundtrack to Violence in a little bit, but until then, it's Luco's time.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
That's right. I found a band, Anderson Lane, from a town you've never heard of, New Hampshire, with the song Devastating. Check it out.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we just heard Anderson Lane from a town you've never heard of, New Hampshire, with the song Devastating. And their EP is also now available, entitled DFWIB. I don't know what that means, but I'd like to know.
Yeah.
So, Napalm Death?
Yeah, we're looking at 5 Milligrams as artwork. He does some badass artwork. He's in Indonesia. Oh yeah, he did Impale too. I forgot about that one.
Oh, rock and roll.
He does artwork for any band that's looking for, artwork done and everything else. Just like a Soundtrack to Violence got their artwork from. You can always hit up local artists. They're willing to, put their time and effort into it, and they do awesome work. So that's a great research for people looking to get jobs done. Yeah. Okay, so we have how many songs left to hear from you guys tonight?
Well, almost. Gosh, what did we play? Order.
I think we did
Methuselah,
5.
2 different songs named Guns, Salty Earth. Yeah, there's one left.
So there's one left off the new CD.
One left. That's it.
Well, let's go ahead and play that because I know Luco eventually wants to hear. Well, maybe we should do it now and we'll go out here in the new song. What was the song that you think that Luco heard? Because he thinks that it was the other one.
Well,
that was
it
on the
wasn't
reverb.
breaking the
It was
fourth
either
wall.
PCP or
Might have been
PCP.
the H bomb is not when the H bomb is not enough.
Could have been either of them.
Yeah, it's a coin flip.
PCP.
Well,
Let's play
H-bomb.
both of them. What?
Oh, no.
We're getting crazy.
What's going on? What are we doing?
Oh no.
PCP and what was the other one?
When the H bomb is not enough.
When the H bomb is
This
not
is
enough.
this is not Brett on vocals.
All right, Dave.
got it.
Let's just play these awesome tracks.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And for the Metal Experience, we were expecting 2 songs, but apparently the Reverb Nation is having problems loading that last song. So that was PCP that we heard, correct?
Damn the Reverb Nation.
Not even once.
So PCP was with the old vocalist. And that was
Not Brett.
Not
the
Brett.
old archives. And then tonight we'll go out hearing
Reverb
what?
Nation just crashed.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no, hackers.
You guys rocked it too hard.
We've done that so many times.
Soundtrack to Violence just couldn't keep
So I had
up.
to come up with the second page.
Yeah, there you
If we
go.
put all of our songs on one page, the internet would break.
Too much. So do you guys have any shows coming up?
We actually don't, which is really bizarre. Primarily because our bass player, the Los Angeles move he's doing, has kind of caused a little bit of a temporary recalculation of efforts. So we have to figure out exactly, is the goal to put the new 2 tracks on that recording, or should we play out sooner than later? So we're looking for a good gig, man. If anyone's out there and they're in a band and they need a band, we're ready to play. I mean, we'll be an emergency group. We'll do whatever. We were going to plan gigs around this situation with the bass player and a record release, but now it's been a temporary delay in our work. So, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it,
Are you looking for somebody that's able to fill in for bass?
No,
or?
we're not really looking to replace him. He's trying this thing out in LA, and if it doesn't work, he's gonna come back, and we want to welcome him with open arms because we want to show him respect for trying something
Right.
different.
No, we like
That makes
the
sense.
organic feel of how he even came into the band to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
'Cause,
Brett, why don't
you
you
know-
tell us a little bit? You have a better perspective on it than me.
Because we didn't put any like ads out there like saying we need a bassist or trying out bassists. Really, like we just ended up recording at the studio, and after him mixing and doing our tracks, he was interested enough to come to us and say that he would love to write new material and play our material with us because he just enjoyed the music.
That's awesome.
So I mean, I think that's the
It's a
best way
unique way
for
to
us to
join a band, yeah.
have anybody come in.
And he's a super talented dude. He was John Bomber was in a band called Bomber that recently played like Elbow Room, and he was in Yakuza for a long time, local metal band that's done a lot of weight carrying for this town over the years.
I was surprised at the speed that he picked up our songs.
He's a brilliant dude. I mean, he is. I mean, we're lucky to have him, and like that's why I don't want to like try to immediately replace a guy who's that talented. Like I'd rather say like dude, when you're ready, come back. If not, when you officially tell us you're done, we'll move on. But
Please don't go, Jacko.
Uncle Jaxo. It's just us saying to you, good luck in L.A. Please don't leave me.
Don't forget to send the
Aw.
checks.
No, that's cool. If he he's got to do what he's got to do.
It fell out of your pocket.
We saw some cool art stuff from the 5
Yeah, 5 milligrams.
milligrams. I almost said 5 milliliters.
Yeah, he's
5
done,
milliliters.
He's done a lot of artwork for even local bands. Supremacy, Betrayer. He's
Impale.
done Impale, Remora. So, I mean, he even did, like, for Napalm Death and Shadows Fall. Yeah, he's...
I wonder how much this guy's charging, but like I'd like to work with him. So at the end of this, I'd like to make sure we exchange that information officially.
Yeah, he definitely, I'm sure, will work with a budget, something that's reasonable. But, I mean, he's overseas, and he loves metal, and the fact that he does it for, like, bands that are local and signed, it's awesome. I mean, his stuff is sick. So, definitely somebody to check out if you're looking for artwork. And what was the name again of that guy that was doing your artwork?
Denny?
Tom Denny. Yeah, go to tomdenny.com. I just checked it to make sure that's what it was.
Yeah, the
There's
website looks
There's
awesome.
a tomdennymusic.com. That's not him.
That's
It's
not
just
him.
Tom Denny. Tomdenny. He doesn't even know I'm plugging this. It's hilarious. He's, I don't have his phone number. I only have his email address. I might email him and go, hey, Tom, check out the show. And he'll be like, who are you? But he's in Eclatus, and they actually have some vinyls out and stuff like that. If you want a cool, like, modern Doom vinyl record, get the new Eclatus double vinyl that just came out. I'm not on it, but I played the songs live. And
Double vinyl?
I believe it's double vinyl. They hand-built every part of it. I walked in on it.
Jesus.
I got in the band, and these dudes were, like, assembling every piece of the record. I mean, you want to talk about DIY.
That is badass.
Yeah, this was, like, ridiculous. I saw how tedious it was. I was like, I want to do that.
Before I get into my segment really fast, you actually do your own podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome. Plug it
Yeah.
up a little bit.
I will.
What is the...
Well, I'm a part of a group of friends called Chicago Gamers United. It's a circle of people who like to game, play Magic the Gathering or
Greg, I hope you're listening to this.
play
still.
video games. You should check out the website adeptgamer.com, and under blogs will be the Adept Gamer podcast. So the Adept Gamer podcast is what we do, and every week we talk a 30-minute show about something very specifically about video games. We don't swear on it. We keep it pretty clean, even though I'm kind of a potty mouth.
For the kiddies.
When I'm being recorded, I tend to swear less, by like 95%.
Wow.
And yeah, I like to come off as an eloquent gentleman. I think I've accomplished that tonight. You guys can't see
you
this, but I'm
have,
wearing
you
a
have.
top hat and I have a monocle.
Yeah. He came in. I thought I was looking at the Monopoly guy. It was very weird.
Yeah, it was really weird about the whole thing is that, like, I try to be very intelligent. I don't cross over those two things. I just recently finally feel comfortable talking about my video game podcast on music stuff and vice versa. So if you follow me at Mark Violence on Twitter, that's no space, MarkViolence. That's where I'll talk about all this stuff at once, from video games to music and all that. I mean, I've got a lot of people who like to chat, but you should directly message me if you want to talk to me about anything involving video games and music. I talk to anybody about anything all the time, and you guys can hear it. I mean,
Greg's going to become your new best friend, dude.
He should. I'm looking for one.
You're going to be like
Yeah.
shaking your leg. Get off me,
He'll
Greg.
like want to be on your podcast.
We should know. We're welcome. That's the other thing that's important. We welcome anyone to be a part
Greg.
of it. There you go, Greg. Yeah, that's it. Greg, come on, man. We're not going to give out your gamer tag on the line, like on the air. I said. So send me a friend request and we'll talk about it, man. Big Pontius on Xbox Live with a space. Go to Essential Violence Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Mark Violence. There's a lot of ways to communicate with me, and I'll talk to you about anything, man. I love people, and I love music, and I love games.
Nice. It's perfect. All right, Dave. Let's do local roundup.
The local roundup with Morgan on the Metal Experience.
Bracing for a really, really loud intro. But that was awesome. All right, so all these shows are looking for bands to open another hole in the wall. That's in Steger. You can email Darlene at xonlive.com. That's XEON live.com. And they need one band to play April 26th with any local mixed genres. One country band open April 27th.
Ooh, there you go.
Good luck. April 28th, they need one band to play with 3 Years Hollow and Another Lost Year. They need 5 bands to play May 18th, hard rock to play with Rotation. They need 5 bands with a small pre-sale and payout to play July 16th with Tall Tales, Home of the Brave. Then they need 2 bands to play July 26th with War of Ages
Home of the
and
Brave?
Our Judgment. Yep, Home of the Brave.
I love those guys.
They've been on the show. They need 5 bands to play August 17th with Deadlight Redemption, Denial Machine, and Orion 9. Miles from Exile have a new official first music video out with...
we know those guys.
Yeah, they are awesome. The Hound is their official first music video. Check it out on their Facebook page. Grace the Damned, finally putting out their CD. April 23rd is the date to get it, and they will be on our show May 21st. Officially, I will not be crying for redemption anymore. I will
8
be
years
hearing,
later, the CD
I will be hearing
come
their
out.
CD after 2 years. It's awesome. If you can download 2 of their singles now, go to their Facebook page. And you can buy tickets off of them. They're opening for Chimera at Mojo's Thursday,
roll.
May 16th. So hook up your tickets with Grace the Damned. You can buy tickets from Ornaco to see them open for After the Burial and Within the Ruins at Mojo's April 26th. We will be there. Tickets are $10. Go support them. They're fucking
I'll
awesome.
be drunk.
Yeah, probably. And of course, if anybody is a fan of Death, they are coming back to the House of Blues this Sunday. And they've been holding this awesome contest for local bands to have the opportunity to open. You can actually vote for who opens, and the voting ends April 18th. The bands that are up for wanting to open is Dinosaur of Wolves, They Die Screaming, The Everscathed, Air Raid, Trails, Without Waves, Bleed for the Fallen, Never We See, Warforged, Epitasis, Ocean Walker, Act of Destruction, Beyond Death, Morgue Supplier, Nucleus, and Panzer. So go vote
That's a
for
ton of good bands in there.
Yeah,
vote
Scarecrow
for
from
who
NBC.
you want to open for Death. And of course, voting for local bands to play Warped Tour again. Soundtrack to Violence, you should do this. You can vote for these bands that have put in their votes. Ornaco, Legions of Ram, A Silent Truth, Genotype, The Beauty in Her Eyes, A Devil for Me, Approaching Dawn, Paint Me Red, Framed in Gold, Deadlight Redemption, Tragedy of a Hero, and With No Regrets. So that's battlethebands.com for Warped Tour. And of course, Imminence Records is looking for new bands to sign. Go to their Facebook page and tag the band. And the more tags they see of a certain band, they'll probably check you out because you're becoming popular.
Yay!
And the bands that are playing these shows coming up, Wednesday, April 17th at Reggie's, 7 p.m., 17 and up to see Sons of Famine, Doomsday, Ramming Speed, 3 Inches of Blood, and Goat Horror. Wednesday at the House of Blues, Chicago, 17 and up, 8 p.m. Look for my brother. He will be there. The Slam City Tour with DRI, Waking the Dead, and Suicidal Tendencies. Wednesday at the Cheers Pub in Crown Point, Indiana, 21 and up, 7 p.m. It's $10 in advance, $12 at the door to see Seldom Told, All My Sins Remembered, End of Reason, and Psycho Stick. Wednesday at Mojo's, all ages, 7 p.m. It's around $21 to see Sumerian, and they are opening for Abzu. Wednesday at the Frequency, which is in Madison, Wisconsin. It's 18 and up, $10 in advance, $12 at the door. It's 8 p.m. to see Convoy and Airborne. And Airborne is fucking awesome live. Thursday, April 18th at Double Door, 21 and up, 7:30 p.m. $8 in advance, huge difference. $10 at the door to see Draft Week, Duck Fighting for Scraps. Set to Fire, it's a debut show featuring ex-members of 88 Fingers Louie, Rise Against, She Likes Todd, and Shot Baker. Ayo and Boy Blue, they're from Milwaukee. Friday at the Cheers Pub in Crown Point, Indiana, 7:30 p.m., $10, 21 and up. It's Subsist and Young Graves. They are opening for East of the Wall, Exotic Animal Petting Zoo, and Along Came a Spider. And then at another Hole in the Wall on Saturday, it's the Rock for Tots Cancer Benefit. It's $10 donation. It's 8 p.m. There's going to be raffles, silent auctions, and bands. And, of course, Legions of Rom. They're coming on our show April 30th.
Good
Today's
guys.
Wreckage, Burn the Heavens, Dawn Begins, and Thumb are playing.
Thumb?
Thumb.
Well, all right.
Saturday at Bay Billiards in Fox Valley, 21 and up, 8 p.m. Approaching Dawn and Product of Hate. Saturday at the Red
Both those
Zone
bands are
in
pretty sweet.
Marion, Illinois. It's 9 p.m., 21 and up to see In the Wake of Fiction, Ghost in the Machine, and 30-06. Saturday at the Point Bar and Grill in Crown Point, Indiana, $8, 10 p.m., 21 and up to see Uncle Bucket, Dead Man's Hand, Vibe Technicians, and Royal. Saturday at Mike's and Denise's Pizzeria and Pub.
Nice.
10 p.m., 21
They
and
were
up
playing
to
a
see
show at Mike's Pizzeria and
Devils
Pub
and
down the
Angels
street.
and Von B. Matt
Get
Manny.
some Zahn Suds.
Sunday, I totally skipped a page, didn't I? I did. I totally did. Okay, these are back to Friday shows. Friday at Mike's Love and Music, $6, all ages, 7 p.m. to see Cataplexy, Visceral Throne from Indiana, Epitasis, Air Raid, Warforge, and Purge. Friday at Pops in Sauget, 7 p.m., $5 in advance, $10 at the door to see Tropical Storm, Conquest, and Cemetery Gates, the Pantera tribute.
Nice.
Friday is also the Claws Metal Show in Cicero, $5, 7:30 p.m., 17 and up. Veils of Darkness, Human Stew, and Masters of Reality, the Black Sabbath tribute band.
Double nice.
We will be at this show on Friday after we go see Jim Gaffigan. It'll be at the Mutiny. It's free, 21 and up, 9 p.m. to see Speed Freak, Miles from Exile, and The Celebrator. At the Cobra Lounge on Friday, 21 and up, 9 p.m. The price will be at the door. The Blank Standard, they're coming on our show July 16th. Malicious Resolve, After Image, and Trials is their CD release show. Saturday is 420, and it is Record Store Day, so check out your local record store to find out
420, man.
if they are participating. I know Rolling Stone Records is, of course, Record Breakers, Reckless Records, lots of awesome vinyls getting released, and Flatfoot 56 playing a free show at Record Breakers from 12:15 to 1 o'clock. Saturday at Take 20 in Cherry Valley.
In the PM?
Yes. $10, $2 off at the flyer, 2 p.m. all ages. My brother will be at this show. Say hi to him if you see him. Genotype,
Or don't.
they're
Just
coming
look
back
at
on
him
our
and be
show
like,
May
"Look at
7th.
that weirdo."
Atlanta is Burning, they're coming on our show May 14th. Exorcist, In the Hour, Aberrant Hatter, Bury Your Past, 99 Proof Devils, Untold Legacy, and Internal Lacerations.
Lacerations.
Saturday at Planet Rock in Battle Creek, Michigan, 5 p.m., $12. You can buy the tickets off local support. 18 and up, Hail of Fire, I Am 6, Ill Hollow Chamber, Above the Abyss, Ontium, Through Ashes, and they're opening for Along Came a Spider, East of the Wall, an Exotic Animal Petting Zoo. They
I
are
am
playing
6
So many.
is the name of a band. I am 6.
I Am 6 is what they are called. All right,
All
Saturday at... Oh, wait. Now we're at Sunday. Sunday, April 21st at Mike's Love and Music in Summit, all ages, $5, 6 p.m. Drowning, it's their video shoot for Judgment.
Nice.
Side Split, Valiant, Ruthless, Death Shark, Stab Twist Pull,
Death Shark.
Bayer Coon, The Ewok, Perry fucking Lomax, and Viper Cane.
We are Perry fucking Lomax.
A local
Eat our
showcase
shit.
series on Sunday at Mojo's in Joliet, all ages, 3 p.m., $10 to see Without Reason, Mannequin Me, Strength in Numbers, Approaching Dawn, The Tale We Told as Kids, Playtime with Chef, Deviant Gray,
Playtime with
McBain,
Chef.
The Sounds We Hear, and Along Came a Spider is making an appearance. They're on Standby Records. And then, of course, we are going to be sponsoring a show at the Millennium Center in Rockford. It's all ages, $6 in advance. It's $8 at the door, 5 p.m. It's Audio Abduction, Collider, North, Always Run Down, Hurricane on the Moon, The Traditional, they're a band from New York. And Aria, they're on Leak Mob Records.
And we'll see you in the pit.
How did I end up still doing all that in the time that the song is still playing? That's
Is that a Mark
crazy.
Mensching thing, the See You in the Pit thing?
I don't know what
Rock
that
Hard
was.
Videos, right? He goes, I'll see you in the pit.
Her brother used to say, he's like, I'll see you in the pit. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I really like that.
I don't know. And then I started saying
I'll
it.
see you in the pit. Sometimes when Morgan gets all tough on me, she goes, I'll see you in the pit. I'm like,
I'm
bring
not
it
Is
really-
your brother Mark Mensching by chance?
I don't know. I mean, unless my brother didn't tell me something, and
Let's start off with, is his name Mark?
no.
And it's not Mark Mensching.
No.
I mean, unless he changed his name or my parents have hid it from me.
Right.
His name's Derek.
All right, fair enough.
But we are going to actually hear the last song now off of the CD that you are putting out. What is that one called?
Yeah, that last one, with the top of my head, is kind of tough.
Dave, what haven't we played yet?
Blue-Eyed
Can you help
Green-Eyed?
him out
Blue
here?
Eyed Green Eye, yeah. This is the
Sweet.
This is the barn burner, huh?
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on. It's been very incisive. And for
I've learned a couple, two,
I
three
have
things.
too. And Frank, I will, if you're still listening, give you your CD on June 29th when we see you, and you will trade me for a medium in pale shirt.
And I will be giving out the free raping you will receive.
And you said the beer's on you, so. And of course, next week, Wicked Deception is going to be on with us.
Rock and roll.
And then April 30th is Legions of Rom. So
Double rock and roll.
the rest of the month is going to be pretty awesome. And then if you want to play shows with the Soundtrack to Violence, hit them up on their Facebook.
And where can they find you one more time?
At Mark Violence on Twitter, no space, is the way to directly communicate with me. I like to point out that, you can go to our Facebook and you can go to Reverb Nation, you can go to Bandcamp, all those things. Check ASTV, check A Soundtrack to Violence. We're both groups. So enjoy that best you can.
Nice.
The internet's a crazy place, though, so don't get lost.
It is. And with that, here's the last song off of Soundtrack to Violence's upcoming CD release.
And what was it called?
Well, we don't know yet. We kind of got a new idea for the name. But we're debating that. We'll talk about it later.
See you in the pit.
Have us back on and we'll tell you.
See you in the pit.
Good night.
I am Derek Young.